Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at WEKY, WKXO, and WIRV. Support your favorite teams and sit back and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, and Nuevo Vallarta. And now, let's go live with your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show here live at Jack Burford Chevrolet on another Monday night here in January, talking all kinds of local sports. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here, Samantha, and it's a cold Monday. Now it's starting to feel like we're in the winter weather.
We're definitely in basketball season.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The weather is telling us that.
But that's been a fun couple of weeks, getting back out there doing some games after all the holiday breaks.
Lots of away games right now.
Yeah. Well, these girls and Coach Damian Stepp here with us, the Berea Lady Pirates, were on the road this past weekend, winning their 5th straight 11th region championship. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations. We've had this conversation 5 years in a row now with you. All seems like every Monday after you all win, we're able to get you on the show. But this year, it seemed different. Coming into the year, you all had a little bit of a buzz, but this team doesn't feel like the same team. We had all those seniors last year.
Oh, yeah, they all graduated.
Yeah, but it seemed like you all were kind of coming under the radar. Still, the way you all have played the first month and a half of the season, 2 months, you had to have confidence, and your girls went out there and played some good ball.
Yeah, I think that anytime you lose the number that we lost to graduation last year, we lost 6 to graduation, and then had another that didn't return. So we were probably. I felt good about where we were. I felt good about what we had, but we were probably not on everybody's radar this year about they're going to be one of the better teams, and I think even that Class A tournament, with Sayer having the leading scorer in the state there, and Kylie Dennis, and I mean that was a game that a lot of people didn't think we were going to be able to win, and then I think the subsequent game as well, we've got a group of kids that have a lot of basketball experience, either through JV or through the varsity, but certainly in a position where everybody has different roles than what they've currently or what they've played in the past.
Yeah.
So it's been an adjustment, but I think these guys have. I think they performed really well and probably exceeded expectations to this point.
Well, yeah, you had an 8-game winning streak at one point in the season after that loss to Central in the first game. Right now, currently sitting at 4th in the RPI. Now, I know RPI in basketball is a little bit different, but, I mean, it's got to give you all confidence that this team can go out there and compete with anybody in the 11th region for sure.
Yeah, I think RPI is most reliable late in the season.
Yeah.
A lot depends on schedule and who you played and who your opponents have played. It's a very kind of complex formula there. But, just to kind of see yourself in that upper group and to at least be in that conversation, be in that discussion at this stage after the losing, what we lost last season to graduation, it feels good. It's definitely a whole lot better than, kind of being down at the bottom again and trying to build your way back up. I had no doubt that this bunch was going to be competitive. I just thought that the learning curve was going to be a little greater, and I think they've, they really have embraced new roles, responsibilities, and somebody asked me today, how in the world has this bunch? And I said, well, the key ingredient there is they don't think they're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
And this group, that would be the number one, I think, characteristic for this bunch is they expect to win. When they take the floor, they expect to win. It's not like, nail biting, and they really believe that every night, any game, they're supposed to win. And that's, as a coach, that's a great thing to go into a game with. You've won the biggest battle, I think, right there. So.
Samantha, that's good coaching, too, for sure.
Well, I was going to say, it can be so mentally challenging, and that's such a true testament, I think, to you and your staff. But winning 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Does that, I mean, and at 5 different schools, right? Every year that we've been doing this, it's at 5 different schools because everybody's hosting it, right?
Yeah, I said this 5th one was the circuit. So
Yeah.
we won the first one at Frankfurt, and they kind of went on to there. So we returned to Frankfurt next year in the region. So yeah, it was kind of unique to have that opportunity to win it in each place. In fact, before the game, I went in and wrote the first 4 venues down, and then put Sayre on the board. And
wow, that's cool.
Said this is the one we haven't gotten. This is the place that'll finalize the full circuit. And I said, it's yours to go out there and grab.
Man, that's big time, Coach. That gets me fired up just thinking about it.
Especially that first game. You guys came in a deficit as far as on the run and then went into overtime. I mean, that's a true testament to the willingness that they're ready to win. Yeah,
I mean, we got down 16-2 in the Sayre game really early, which was, if you're going to get down, that's the best time to get down.
Yeah.
We had a little time to get after it, but, we made some adjustments, changed defense, and changed kind of our aggression, and, they just started. And it was never just like, oh, now the lead is gone. It was incremental over the course of the game. We actually cut it to 6, 4, and then it got back out to 9. And those guys. I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a point where I'm saying, well, I think this is this 4 in a row is going to kind of come to an end here, but not them. And I kept it to myself, and I just kept pushing and encouraging, and they just kept digging and clawing. And they come out on top in that one. Got to overtime, and I think ended up winning by 6.
Yep, 41-35.
So, it was a good game. It was a really good game. And like I say, anytime you're going into a game with the leading scorer in the state, and then they've got another young lady named Sophia Richardson, and I think she's averaged about 16 a game.
Oh, wow.
To have that 1-2 punch, we were we knew we were up against it a little bit, but these guys they haven't disappointed. They really haven't. So.
I think we got some tough girls.
Well, let's talk to them. And listen, defense has kind of been your all's calling card. It's been your calling card pretty much your whole career. And for this season, you look at some of the numbers you give up 37 points, 35, 29, 34. Your defense is really what has won you all games. Talk about that. Sophie, we'll start with you, and just what you've seen from your team defensively this year that's really kind of got them locked in, and to hold some of these teams to the numbers that you all are allowing defensively.
Yeah, so as people notice, our games are pretty low scoring. It's not a lot of back and forth. It's more of us shutting down their offense. And so that does take a lot of effort, and that does take a lot of time. But, we just have to stick with it, keep our confidence up.
And Abigail, sorry, we talked about that before we came on the air. But same question for you. Yeah.
He gives everybody.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, just in your defense has really been, all your career. I feel like when coaches had you out there, you're guarding the other team's best player. Now your role has kind of changed a little bit, where you're kind of relied upon to be a scorer and defend. So talk about that and kind of how you have addressed that role personally as you came into the season.
Well, it's more of a matter of giving my all no matter what I expect or what the come out is. But I always know that if I'm guarding the best player, I know that if she gets by me, I know Sophie or Lauren sliding in help. I know if I'm on offense and I'm being trusted to take a shot, I know that I've got everybody in there digging down and rebounding if I miss it, or if I, it's just.
Well, talk about the run to this championship. Now, you've been a part of them. You all have both played in some big games during these tournaments. To now kind of be stepping up and being the leaders of a team, where, in years past you might have been like a role player or whatever. Now you have to kind of step up, talk to the team about, what you're doing. And Coach said you all fell behind big in that first quarter in that game against Sayre. You had time to crawl back. What do you all have to do now as leaders of the team that you weren't asked to do in years prior, and then all the way to the championship, winning that championship? What did that feel like? And talk about that run to the championship that culminated this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment with losing all of our seniors last year. But we've talked about it all year. This is our time. This is our time to step up and show what we can do, because we've had a lot of doubts and we've had a lot of things said to us that could have affected us, but it didn't, because, like said before, no matter what anyone thinks, we know that we got it as long as we stick together. Teamwork, confidence, leadership, it all plays together, and that's how we're able to do what we've done so far.
Same question to you, Abigail. I mean, when you look at this run you all had, what was going through your all's minds? Did one of you all say something to kind of get the team fired up, or did you just take what? I mean, like I said, Coach Stepp, he drew that out there on the board. That's got to get you all ready to play, right?
Yes, it really did, and I think it really lit a fire in that before the game. And like Sophie said, we had doubts. We had some people second-guessing us, but we just dug down and do what we do, and we got things done.
I want to know, does this feeling of winning this 11th region All-A tournament ever get old? I mean, every year you got different players, but it's got to have that we did it kind of feeling, right?
Yeah, especially this year. This year was definitely special. More of like Abby and Maddie King have had big minutes in all of those games in the All-A tournament. But it was kind of like a whole new team this year, and so it definitely is special. We took our role and we proved ourselves, and it's really special, yeah.
Very different in the game against LCA, too, because you came out strong and you stayed strong, right? I mean, the whole game. Different. I mean, you still had to have that winning feeling, like we're going to make this win. But, Coach, what happened differently for that game?
Well, I think that, and I addressed it before the game, that, the Sayre game was so much, it was so much about Sayre. You got to make sure that we don't let her go off for 30. We have to contain, and we have to keep her down. All the while, we've got to make sure that, we don't slack on Richardson while we're focused on Dennis. And so much of our preparation was about what to expect with them. And I think after we got over that hump, even psychologically for myself, but definitely the girls, the Lexington Christian game became about us. And it was, if you'll execute, you'll take care of the ball, you'll stick with the game plan. I mean, I'm kind of a conservative coach, and there's where some of the low scoring comes in. I like to shorten the game a little bit. I like to take time to start the offense if the opponent will let us.
Yeah.
It's easy to kind of fall into it. LCA really wanted to get up and down, and we kind of even fell in that a little bit in the first half. But I kid about the girls. One of them even during that stage of the game tried to throw the ball in like soccer style. She grabs it and takes it out, and the referee hadn't even come up and addressed the ball or anything. So, but trying to stick with that game plan, and I think that that game plan was focused on us and what we needed to do. We kind of anticipated correctly, defensively what they were going to do, and we didn't want to turn it to a shooting contest. We wanted to work the ball inside, kind of pound it in down low, and find ourselves on the free throw line and kind of grind it out that way. And they stuck with the plan pretty well, and we were able to kind of finish the thing off. But hats off to LCA. They're very young, and they've got a really talented young group that's going to be a kind of a challenge to deal with even next year. But as of right now, we're going to enjoy it. Yeah, we're going to enjoy this one, and we'll worry about next year.
Well, it had to be nice too, because you guys only played the 2 games, where some of the other teams had 3 games, right?
Yeah. I mean, so Sayre ended up. They ended up playing us in the first game. Obviously, we were supposed to have played another opponent in the second round, Trinity Christian. They had dropped out of the tournament, I think, numbers or not being able to field a team or something. But LCA was in the bye, so we had played one game. They had played one game against Frankfurt, who actually had to play model in the first round. So we were kind of on even ground there. We were able to play. Our second game was their second game in the tournament. So, if Frankfurt had been there, they'd have been on their third, and we'd have maybe had that advantage of being a little fresher. But
well, you talked about being young. So you have being young. You have no seniors on your team. So, I mean, this whole roster bringing experience back next year. But I wanted to talk about that. You talked about, some of the girls that you lost. You got 2 girls playing at Berea College, and Madison and Maddie. I think Isis is playing at Spalding, right?
That's correct.
So you got 3 girls playing college ball. Have you all spoken to them any? And I know that Berea is such a tight-knit community. I mean, I've seen in some of the games that I've been at, those girls are there supporting you all. Talk about that and their friendships, and have you all spoken to them and gotten any advice as you all have stepped up into more of a leadership role this year?
Yeah, I've been learning from those girls for years, and that's helped a lot with us being able to step up, I think. We always have their support. They come to our games. I know that I can reach out to them for anything if I need to. But yeah, the support goes back and forth. The friendship is still definitely there, and I think it always will be. So that's definitely something special. We are really all tight-knit.
Abigail, same question for you. Have you spoke to any of them, got any advice about, being a leader on the team, what to do in certain situations, anything like that?
Yes, always. We, if they don't come to a game, we're always talking back and forth after it. And, playing at another level and having somebody that does play at another level and you being able to contact them and, be able to talk to them, you do learn a lot and you get a little bit more experience from it too, and being able to step up into those leadership roles that they were once in and,
Because we do need to get to commercial break, but before we let you all go, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. You got a couple of games this week, got a home game, I think you said on Friday against Williamsburg, and you got Model was on the schedule. As of right now, that game has been taken off. Possibility of maybe rescheduling that. You got Madison Southern next week toward the end of January. Hopefully you're still playing in the All-A Classic, so that game might get pushed back as well. But talk about that if some folks are watching, got a chance to come out and watch this team play and support them. And, of course, January 25th versus Owen County, an early morning start at EKU, 10 a.m. that game, so an early morning for you all. But to talk about that and just, the way your team is playing right now going into this tournament, a few more games this week before then.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we're kind of in a strong point right now with having played, the All-A region, and went into it with a couple wins and kind of got that momentum going. The 3 we have this week, we'll go to Bourbon on Thursday. We'll play at home against Williamsburg on Friday, and then we travel to Wayne County to play in their classic on Saturday at noon. All 3 of those games, those teams are well coached, and all 3 of those games will be building blocks. And it's exciting to win games. We always like to win. It's kind of why you play the game,
Yeah.
But the main thing is as you progress, if you're learning and you're getting better each and every day, and so our schedule kind of heads that direction. I'm probably starting with with these 3 games, but then Owen County, and then if you keep looking on down the line, it just kind of toughens. And we finish up with the season with Montgomery County, who's very, very good, and several challenging games on our schedule.
Got some big home 11th region games. You got Scott County and Bryan Station toward the end of the year as well.
That's right, and I think we have to go to Henry Clay.
Yep. February 14th, Valentine's Day there, a little matchup with Henry Clay. So
and we're excited though. We're excited to get into the tournament, see how we do, and then we kind of look at this as the first phase, and the second phase is what you do after the All-A. That's been a challenge for us at times, especially the first couple. It's kind of like you achieve that, and then it's like exhale, and you kind of lose your momentum a little bit. And so the key will be going into this tournament strong, and regardless of how we do, kind of keeping that momentum going, and I think you do that by challenging yourself, and we've certainly got the challenges on the schedule.
Because this Owen County game is going to be tough. I mean, defending
Owen
title holders.
Yeah, they are the defending champion, returning from last year. A lot of that team is still there, and they've won quite a few games. They've lost a few, but
they're 12-6.
Yeah, but teams like that, they lose games because they play good competition.
Yeah. They got a 7th grader on their team. I looked it up today.
Yeah. So I mean, but they've got something going on there that that's a positive and going in a positive direction with the program. So we know we got our hands full, and we're just going to do our best to prepare and get ready for that. All the while, just the thing about the All-A is you'll play a game and then you'll end up in a situation where you'll have to go and play maybe a game in between, or until you get to the state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of go with that, and then when you lose, you probably just pick up your schedule where you were scheduled, because what game's bigger than Madison Southern?
For real,
for a Friday. So
last year was one of the biggest games in school history. But in recent school history, got a big win over them last year.
Yeah,
so
it was a good game.
Yeah.
They got a really good team this year, and we always look forward to that game. It's a good measuring stick for upcoming district tournament too. So.
Well, Coach, congratulations once again, girls. Congratulations. Appreciate y'all coming over. Still celebrate, but don't you're right back to work. You got Bourbon County on Thursday, so
you can't really celebrate too long, can you?
And then right back at it next week. You got the All-A Classic tournament. So congratulations. Appreciate y'all coming over, and looking forward to covering y'all in the All-A Classic State Tournament, January 25th at EKU, 10 a.m. the first game for Berea. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break. Come right back. We got lots more to get to here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Appreciate Coach Stepp and the girls for coming over. We're going to have a little quick segment here. We got Coach A.W. Hamilton, Michael Moreno coming over to talk EKU hoops. But, I mean, Dawson and Samantha, this week for EKU really kind of setting them up to have a tremendous season, in the ASUN Conference.
Nice.
There you go, getting the little pom-poms out.
I am.
Earlier today, Moreno chosen as the ASUN Conference Player of the Week. Cozart earned ASUN Newcomer of the Week. And both those guys have been playing good. Really enjoying seeing Cozart in the maroon and white. I mean, how good has he been all year long? Just seeing him out there where we wanted him to go all along. I remember,
I think he realizes that
tried.
now. Like, maybe he thinks back, like, man, I should have just come here all along to EKU. This is where I belong. You can see it, right? As soon as he got on this team, he's starting and he's playing
and
great.
And whenever
now.
we would interview him, we would always kind of throw that in. You're coming to Eastern, right? We want to see
off
you
the mic or off camera. We'd be like, okay. What's the
we
decision?
do it on camera.
Yeah.
We're just like, okay, we want to see you in the maroon and white.
But these are two local guys. Scott County for Moreno, obviously Central for Cozart. Moreno averaged 17.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists per game over this week. And Cozart averaged 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks, doing what Cozart does. He shot 69% from the field and 100% at the free throw line. In the game against Florida Gulf Coast, had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. He also posted a career best 16 points and 14 rebounds, a career high against Stetson. And the way these guys played, a big reason why they were able to go 3-0 in 3 gigantic ASUN Conference games this week. We hyped it up last week on the show, and for good reason. These are some big games. This team, really, if they want to make a run in the ASUN, kind of a measuring stick type week for EKU, and they got the job done in a big way.
And now they're tied, right? Tied with
Tied for
Stetson,
first,
5-1, both of them. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, this team is, I can't wait to talk to Coach, but it's just such a fun team, a passionate team. It's hard not to want to come to these games.
Well, they got scorers, too. They light the scoreboard up every time. They're getting 80, 90 points. Who doesn't want to see that in basketball? And it's like, man, EKU's finally starting to click all these pieces. Last year was a struggle with injuries and COVID. And everything's coming together this year with experience, young talent, too. It's like the perfect brew of a great team for EKU.
Well, last year, we talked to Coach several times last year. They had all the experience of these guys transferring in, and then injuries just wiped out half the year. I mean, they'd have a big game coming up. Well, here's the injury report. I mean, it was so many guys missing games. It made it hard to really get into chemistry, first of all, with a lot of new guys. But also, you never know who was going to be in and out of the lineup. So that really was a big issue last year. But you could tell Coach Hamilton's got these guys playing well, and we have got them ready to come on the show. We got Michael Moreno, Coach A.W. Hamilton. Let's step aside for a quick commercial break. We'll get these guys set up, and we'll talk some EKU hoops more here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, we were talking about EKU hoops there before the commercial break. We've got head coach A.W. Hamilton, Michael Moreno, here with us. First of all, Coach, what a great week for not only this team but the program as well. You know, we talked about last year all the injuries and everything, but the way you guys played this week, 3 big games, all at home, crowd was good. Good to see the students back, I'm sure, as well. But just talk about the week that you guys had for EKU hoops.
No, you know, we had been playing much better basketball leading into the week, and you can just see our guys, our young players maturing.
Yeah.
You see Michael Marino just continuing to get better. I mean, he's putting together a phenomenal season. Tay Blanton's putting together a phenomenal season, and Cooper Robb is getting more and more comfortable on offense. And so you could kind of see this coming for a while. But I'm really proud of our guys because, you know, we talk about being a player-led program. And what that means is everybody's got to be able to hold themselves accountable. So then you look at it and you say, all right, when you watch film, when we're teaching, can you hold yourself accountable and then have carryover? And that's what this team has been able to do, especially our young guards. And this guy's been awesome. You talk about just a leader. And really helping the young guys through this process because we had some bumps early, but I told you it was going to be like that because we got young players.
Exactly, and 11 new guys coming into the year.
9 new guys.
9 new guys coming into the season.
And we've our point guard position has been freshmen.
Yep.
That's all we've played at the point.
Yeah.
So we knew it could be bumpy early. But even being said, we had some great non-conference wins. We go 7-6 in the non-conference, and we played a really tough schedule. It was one of the top 50 schedules in the country. So really proud of our group. But this guy right here, look, I'm so excited for him. So this morning I get to my office and like I said, you know, and I don't like to tell him this stuff all the time because he knows I love him. Like this is my guy. He knows that. Like he knows this. All right. So I was like, where's Michael Marino going to end when it's all over? Like in the record books. Like he's going to be top 5 in scoring.
Yeah.
Top 5 in rebounding, top 5 in assists, top 5 in steals. And he's going to end up being the number 1 3-point shooter in EKU history. And it's just his body of work and what he's been able to accomplish. And I watch him in practice and I watch him in the games, and I'm just so thankful because we still got another year with Michael.
Yeah.
You know, he is the program. You know, him and, you know, Tay and Cooper and these guys with what they've been able to do. And then just watching Michael from start to finish when we got him, I'm like, you know, he started as a freshman, and watching him just grow and see what he's been able to accomplish and still be able to do. And so I'm I couldn't be more proud of a player.
Well, yeah. Big week for him. Got the A-Sun Player of the Week award. So
he would have had that a bunch of times if they listened to my vote. I vote for him almost every week.
We vote for him
too.
So is that just the coaches?
I have no idea who votes for that. No, coaches don't. They don't listen.
They don't listen to you.
Nah, they wouldn't listen to me.
His coaches sending them DMs to the A-Sun commission right there.
So Michael wins the Player of the Week, and how about our boy Kozart winning Newcomer of the Week? He's averaging basically a double-double in league play.
I mean, we knew he could do this, and you talked about his confidence and his joy for the game before the season, and it's back. What has he been like in practices and going through the year? Because it seems like he's playing with so much confidence out there. I mean, look, putting up some big numbers against teams where you need him to go out there and perform well.
He is so steady. He gives you the same thing every single day. He rebounds. He's tough. He guards. He blocks shots. But the thing I'm so excited for Big Coz is he's smiling.
Yeah.
Like he smiles. He dances after games. He's got this funny dance we get him to.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But
we've seen it on the videos.
Yeah. But he's just so happy playing, and he lost that when he was at the other school.
Yeah.
And now he's back to smiling and having fun playing basketball, and that's what you have to do at this level. It's hard. It's hard to be a student athlete.
Sure.
It's hard to manage, especially for our guys because, we put so much attention on academics. But so you got to manage that. You got to manage a social life, and then you got to perform on the basketball floor.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And travel.
And travel and do all that stuff. So we want to make sure they have a great experience, and he's doing that.
Yeah. Well, Michael, let's talk to you about this team. And, you coming into the year when we talked at the media days, you and Cooper and Blanton, you all knew that you had to kind of step up and be the leaders with all the newcomers and all the freshmen. What has it been like this year as you all have kind of gone through these long road trips? You've had a lot of good games. Cooper hit that three-quarter court shot to win one of the games. It's been a kind of a magical season, but now you've got these A-Sun games under your belt and this 3-game win streak at home. Talk about that, the homestand, and what it was like winning these big games.
Well, it's been great for us just as a group. We kind of took an approach this year to lead by committee. We're not all going to have perfect days every single day, so for all three of us to have the ability to be able to step in and lead when the other, is down, it's just the mindset we want to create as an entire team is when one of us is down, we got to pick the other up. So, it might not be my day, it might not be Cooper's day, it might not be Tay-Tay's day, but there's going to be one of us or two of us to step up and carry our brother, so that's big for us. The homestand is great. You can see the growth in our team.
Yeah.
Newcomers, freshmen, and even us, we've grown a lot as the season went on. So to have the huge homestand like against 3 really good teams, the top of the league, it was big for us. It's a statement. We've been, we were picked 10th to start the year in the media polls. So, we obviously didn't like that, and it was something that, we came in with a huge chip on our shoulder, and we know those teams were well respected around the league, and we want to earn our respect as well. So, it was huge for us to have that in front of our home fans, in front of our crowd, in front of our families. So.
Well, while we're still talking about home games, 9-1. Coach, obviously you guys like playing at home, and the fans like being there.
Yeah.
No, home has been great for us. We're leading the league in attendance.
Oh, wow.
I did not know
that.
that.
I didn't know that
We're
either.
leading the league. So we broke the school record, most season tickets ever sold in a season.
Third year in a row?
Second year in a row.
Okay.
I wish third would be next year.
Okay,
next year.
But we're leading the league in attendance. Our fans have been awesome. Awesome. No matter what time we're playing, if there's a storm or if there's an ice storm, whatever, they've been there for us, and it's been fun to watch.
I think your videos help too.
You
like your
my,
videos saying, get out here on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. What else are you doing?
I'm trying to say wear maroon too. And you know what? More people are wearing maroon. See, I know it's working. It's working. This is the first time you've worn maroon in one of these interviews. It's working.
It is.
Wear maroon. Hey, we love it. But, Coach, I was going to ask. I was at the Stetson game Saturday. I was just thinking, man, we were up like 15 the entire game. This team feels like it's the perfect blend of young guys, newcomers, your great recruiting class, and guys like Moreno and Rob, who are Kentucky guys, and Kozart. Do you feel like you've had the perfect team this year, and you're going to continue to grow with that team and get better recruiting class? Do you think this is a start?
This team is so great because we have a bunch of team meetings and we talk a lot. And one of the things we talked about is, what makes a great family. We all talked about our family, and the thing that makes the great family is how much you love each other. It's love. It's togetherness, and the thing that makes this team so great is they love each other. They have a great bond. If you watch us play, they all celebrate each other. they have to tell our bench so many times during the game to sit down. And I tell them to sit down, and then I say, stand back up. No, I don't. I don't do that.
They do it anyway.
Yeah, they do it anyways. But they all genuinely love each other.
Yeah.
And they're a competitive group. Like, so, when we get between the lines, I mean, they're fighting, they're competing like crazy. And then as soon as we leave the court, I mean, these guys are so together. And that's what's been the funnest thing. I've done this for a long time, and not all teams are like this. It just, you want them to be, but there's so many different personalities and moving parts, and not every team is like this. And this team is a special group because of that. That now doesn't mean we're going to win every game, but when you got that team that's so connected, it gives you a chance to have a special season.
Michael, you look at last year with all the injuries and all the stuff that was going on with the team. It became hard because you didn't know half the time who was going to be able to play.
Right.
And before the game, somebody might just find out right before tip, okay, they're not be able to play. You had all these new guys. Now this year's team, it seems like a complete turnaround. Talk about that, and what do you think has been the biggest difference? Obviously, health is a big one, but the fan base. What has been the biggest turnaround from what you all had last year to what you've got this year?
So, like you said, with last year's team, we always didn't know who was going to play. Like you said, at Stetson last year, for example, Tay up until like 30 minutes before the game, he was feeling fine and warming up, but his toe, was acting up. So
turf toe, right?
He had to sit. So, we learned from last year, at least the guys that played. So Cooper and I think, played every game. I think we were only two to play every single game last year, to be that steady presence every single game. And knowing coming in we were going to have young guards, we had new guys who still had to learn our system, and that was going to take time. Obviously, we hate losing. But, it took some of those bumps early on for us to learn. So going into conference, we had a really good approach as leaders, as veteran guys, to be able to come in and be that steady presence. Tay-Tay's been great for us all year. Yeah. He's really taken on as, he's emerging as he's a star in the league. I mean, that's just what it is, and we all know it. But we're able to feed off that. You see our freshman guards grown from the first game to now. They had, I think, combined for 16, 17 assists last game. That's tremendous, and they're freshmen. So the biggest difference from last year to this year, I think, is just like Coach said, we're so together. We get along really well. You don't have to ask or question our effort, our energy, or our love for each other. We support each other. We get on each other when one needs getting on. So we keep each other in check, and we all have the same goal in mind. We all understand that it's a process. We all understand that we weren't picked favorite in the league. We all understand we weren't picked highly in the league, and we all understand that's going to take all of us to do it. So every day we compete. Every day we laugh, we joke, but every day we get to work. So we understand that it's a long game.
Well, you talked about the family vibe, Coach. I mean, I've seen these guys out at some of the high school games, just watching, just being out, hanging out with each other. And that's something I think you can't really teach a team to do, but that shows how much they like being around each other. And I think stuff like that always just helps them build a bond off the court, and then helps them on the court as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I must say something that's not on subject. He's 7th in the country in threes. So, Tay-Tay is a star for us. So is he.
Yeah.
He's 7th.
Humble.
Yeah, he's 7th in the country in threes, which is remarkable. There's a lot of players out there.
Yeah.
And not only is he 7th in made threes, I mean, he's shooting over 40%.
Yeah, that's big time.
He also set the school record, most threes ever made in a single game. He hit 11.
Well, that was against was it Alice Lloyd? No,
Boys College.
Boys College. Yeah. I've been at games before watching. A lot of times with the high school stuff, we can't get out there to every game. I'll be begging Michael to shoot it on my phone, like, Mike, shoot! I'm trying to yell at him or something.
I do too, and he gets mad at me sometimes, but that's fine.
He can hear you though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At the Western game, I was over on the sideline, and I kept yelling because it was like early on you hit that three, and I saw y'all kind of, I was a little trash talk early on in that game. I was like, okay, Mike's gonna have a big game, and then there was like 3 or 4 times down the floor you got it. I'm like, please put it up in the air. But okay, well, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, now I want to get back to the threes.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to move into defense because obviously you guys stopped the number 1 3-point shooter at Stetson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, obviously the defense, you guys went right at him. So let's talk about defense in this team because obviously you guys have got it going on this season.
Yeah, defensively is where we made our biggest improvement over the last 6 weeks. We knew coming into the season we had a chance to be a really good defensive team, You know, we're 15th in the country in steals. We're forcing turnovers. We're doing the things that we want. But now we have a great shot blocker.
Yeah.
I mean, Coase is leading our league in block shots, and you know now we're 30th in the country.
And Capiti's even getting some blocks.
He
too.
is.
Yeah.
He is. So they've really helped us on the defensive end, and then you know now you got Tayshawn and Leland who are really good on-ball defenders to go with Cooper. So that's really helped Cooper. So we've been able to put Cooper on different guards to make Cooper more of a ball stopper. And Cooper's as tough as they get.
Yeah.
So we've really improved on the defensive end.
Coach, what's the plan now that students are back on campus to get them out at the games again like they were doing for the Western game and some of the fall games? You know, it's time, conference time, big push coming up. What are we going to do to get the students out and fans out to support? Because we're making a great run. We need all the people we can get out there.
I think they're coming. They're coming.
They are.
You
we
know,
need more, though. I feel like we just need more and more and more. You can never get enough.
We got to keep spreading the word. We just got to get out there.
Keep winning.
You know, we got to keep winning. Yep. You know, so but I've got to do a good job. Our players got to do a good job.
You got to do a good job while you're on.
You got to do a good job.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it. But like this group, there's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, even I'm standing over there on the sideline sometimes like, God, I love this group. You know, how would you not want to come watch these guys play basketball? So it's a fun group, but we got to do a good job. You know, keep getting the word out. You know, I walk on campus every single day. I know our marketing team; they work it every single day. Corey Neal and his team, they work it. You know, Matt's working it. You know, Matt Rohn, he works it. You know, he's active on Twitter. He's coming up with new ideas. So we'll figure it out.
Talk about Turner Buttrick. You know, Turner, he started off the season, he kind of working his way into the lineup, and then he comes out and has a tremendous game last week, helping you earn one of those home wins. Talk about what you've seen from him and now the confidence that he's playing with out there in some very important conference games.
You know, Turner's a tough guy. You know, the thing that we loved about Turner when we got him is Turner's got a chip on his shoulder. You know, he was under-recruited.
Yeah.
You know, and even, you know, we got a commitment from him early. So his recruitment probably would have picked up because he had a phenomenal senior season.
Only D1 offer was EKU.
But he's got a chip on his shoulder. And when he got here, he was finding his way. And, you know, he can make a shot from anywhere. His biggest growth has been on the defensive end.
Yeah.
If you watch him, how tough and gritty he is on the defensive end. So he just kind of made his way into the rotation. Turner Buttrick's going to be a star for us.
Yeah, we enjoyed watching him at Madison Southern, when he was younger.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he's still the same player that he was. Then he's obviously gotten stronger, but he's just a kid that likes to go up there and play ball. I mean, he's just a ball player.
He's a fearless shooter.
Yeah.
Fearless shooter.
So got big three games at home now, 3 big games on the road. What can you guys do? It's the same question for both of you. As you get on the road to carry this momentum with you, and then before you come back home, you got home and home with Bellarmine, that home game on the 28th. So what do you do between now and then to keep this momentum going?
Well, we just got to keep doing the things we've been doing, and we got to keep getting better. You know, we're watching film. We're showing them things we need to work on. We're taking it to the court. You can't stop. And I told the guys today, and we were the mid-major team of the week, which is great. But we've played 6 games in the league. We haven't done anything yet.
Long way to go.
We got a long way to go. We got to go win on the road.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a chance to win the league, you got to win on the road. So we got to go win on the road. We got to take our same swag, our same confidence. Our defense has got to travel, and we got to go win on the road.
Are we halfway through? We're about halfway,
We
right?
will be after this week.
Yeah.
You got Lipscomb, Austin P, and Bellarmine. Michael, the same question. What can you guys do, talk to what Coach said there, to carry this momentum with you on the road and pick up 3 more big wins?
Well, Coach is big about telling us that offensively, we don't hang our hat on being a great offensive team. We're a great defensive team, and he always uses the words defense travels. You may not shoot, you may not like the gym, the lighting, whatever. You could pick 100 different reasons, but you can always sit down on defensive end and guard and rebound and do the things that you do. So, us being a great defensive team, I've had people come up to me and people text me that I know that, think that, we've always been a pressing team, but they said this is the best in the half court we've been as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you said, with Kozar being a great shot blocker, but defense travels. So continuing to sharpen up on our defensive, schemes and stuff.
There you go.
Michael, who would you say is the best personality out of all your teammates? Like, who's just got the most outgoing?
That's a really hard question, because if you watch every day, it's like there's a new guy take the award every single day. And you'd be really surprised, because you guys know him really well. But Kozar has when he opens up, Kozar has a great It's just he has a great feel for the room because he's got this little awkward, shy personality that you think, and then he just boom, it just explodes, and it's just
like
totally
he's bottling it up,
expected.
right?
Yeah.
We see it in those dance moves.
Oh, yeah.
It's all of them. It's Cozart. I mean, Turner. He's the smallest guy we got, but he's got the biggest personality out of all of us because he won't let anybody pick on him. I mean, it's special. Like you said, we have such a great bond, but, we have so many different personalities, and I could list a reason about every single guy.
You guys got to love the wrestling belt, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the celebrations after it's over.
Well, I mean, and
it's cool.
I feel like there's been so many guys step up throughout the year, Coach. You've been able to spread that thing around quite a bit.
Yeah, we have. And so on the belt it says a hero maker. So a hero maker has to make a hero moment. The hero maker makes the moment, right? He makes the moment happen. So who's going to dive on the loose ball, pitch it up to your teammate, and create the fast break three or dunk? Who's going to take the charge? Who's going to make the big defensive play that leads to a great offensive play? So it's fun. The guys have a lot of fun with it. We show them all the clips of the guys, the hero makers, and they all have a good time with it.
Well, I know Chelsea's been gone for a while, so we'll let you get home with her. Guys, really appreciate you all coming over. Keep up the good work. Back at home on the 28th versus Bellarmine. Get your all's tickets now at EKUsports.com. And listen, all the games on 100.7 The Coyote. It's one of our media partners, so we watch them on ESPN+. Get out there and support the Colonels, and they're doing big things. Coach, congratulations on a great start to the A-Sun Conference.
Thank you.
And we'll be keeping up with you guys as you head on the road this week. Step aside, lots more to get to, some high school hoops when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Roll.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha, we were talking to Coach Hamilton about the cheerleading team from EKU and what they were able to do over the week. Chelsea and the girls have been gone for a little while, but they were back and did pretty good down there.
Yeah, one team did really well. They just got second. Small co-ed division in cheer, they got second.
Yep.
And that's what we were just talking about. You wouldn't think a basketball coach, although Coach Feldhouse knows cheerleading
with
too
as well. Yeah.
So he does too. He knows how difficult it is, and that's what he was sitting here talking about.
Yep.
It is.
So second out of 11 teams, as you said, for the small co-ed division. So congratulations to the EKU cheerleaders there, and then finished I think 9th in the other division. Coach Hamilton saw she posted on Facebook she was back home, and then obviously now. Coach and the Colonels. Well, now they got to go back out on the road for 3 games.
So it worked out
not
well,
much time with Coach, but appreciate him and the guys and Michael stopping
That's
by.
That's what we were worried about.
So we obviously a big week of high school sports as well. We do have some big games coming up Thursday night. We're going to have a doubleheader for you on WBON, trying to get that worked out. We're going to try to have the Model Lee County boys game and the Madison Southern Garrett County girls game on Thursday night. And then Friday, we're trying to get to either the Madison Central girls game or the Berea girls game. So trying to get some of the girls games on the air this week and trying to get a little bit more busy with us as we go throughout the end of January here. But there's been some big games, and the big one on Thursday, Madison Southern Garrett County, not a big game per se, but it's big because Samantha Cornelison is going to have her number put up in the rafters. They're going to be honoring her before the game. What a tremendous career she had now playing over at Transy.
Yeah, we really have enjoyed watching her over the years and getting to know, her dad would always come up to us and, what do you think about this? How do you think her performance was tonight? I mean, it was great.
There was never really a time to say, well, Jeff, she played bad, because more often than not, Samantha had big numbers for Madison Southern. Had a great career, and again, still doing big things at the college level. And I saw Jeff recently at one of the girls' games over there, and he's always so much fun to be around. But, Samantha, hoping that she can stop by and talk to us on the air over there Thursday night as well. But a couple of big games coming up this week. Yeah, well, that's something that her and I have both talked about. I want to put some blame on her for not reaching out to me, but also me letting that kind of slip through. But, we need to grab an interview with her and have it on the show for next week while she's in town if we can knock that out. But some big games coming up. And, Dawson, you look, you were there. Central played Great Crossing Friday night. Tough loss for the Indians.
I know,
we tried to get that game on. Yeah. Well, listen, Great Crossing's a really good basketball team. Central hung with them. But you could tell this team still, now that without, they had Hagan for a while. Now no Hagan. Kenyatta should be coming back very soon. So they've got some stuff they got to figure out. It's hard to kind of put it all together when you got all these moving pieces during the season.
Well, they've got a new big three now. They switched out Harrison for West, who
and
actually
West played good.
Had a great game.
Yeah.
Man, he's shooting threes, dunking it like crazy. Davis had a good game.
Him and Davis have both had great games this week.
I think the formula for Central is they've both got to have at least 10 to 15 points a game. You got to get at least 10 or so out of Todd, which he played all right, but he struggled against Malachi Moreno.
Yeah, just the size.
He's so tall.
7 feet tall. I didn't realize he was that big. Michael was talking about 7 feet tall for his brother.
But they pretty much only ran 5 guys the entire game, which is like, well, that's the problem they had last year. So it's like, here we are again. We'll see what happens. But they're still top 5 in RPI. I was looking earlier at the teams for the 11th region. They'll be fine, I think, but
Eli Steele has really stepped up too.
He had like 18.
Eli's playing well, So that's Central. And Southern's playing well. 54-point win over Estill County last week, and they're putting up massive points.
Plus
90
points.
in like 3 or 4 games last week. So they're playing well. Everything's starting to click at the right time for Madison Southern.
That's going to be a good matchup again, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Can you imagine if that game's in the first round? Don't want to speak it into existence, but can you imagine if that game is in the first round?
Someone couldn't make it. Oh, man, I don't know about that.
Folks, we do appreciate you joining us tonight. As always, a fun sports show here on a Monday. Thanks for the Berea Lady Pirates for coming over. Congratulations to them. 5th straight All-A Classic 11th Region Championship. And to the EKU men's basketball team. Appreciate Coach Hamilton and Michael Moreno coming over.
Lots of busy
good
week.
Things. Busy week for us as well, so stay tuned. And make sure you check out Dawson each and every single weekday with the Sports Report during the Live at 5 newscast. For Dawson Rule and Samantha Burford, our producer Copeland Peterson, I'm Michael Watkins, and thanks for watching the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.